is when you truly master time. There have been many points in my life where I said, oh my, I lost my mind. Literally lost it, right? And I said, but I did not master time. There was no real mastering of time. I was in no control. That when you don't have control, when you don't have control over your own actions, your own power, your own words and thoughts, you're not mastering time. Only thing you can control is yourself in the time you have. Nobody wants to not have control over time. We all have impatience, right? Why do you have this impatience? It's because you have to change the energy between yourself. The yin and yang, this is fulfilling yourself. Learning patience is divine timing. The spirit recognizes vibration. It knows what you're ready for and it knows what you're not ready for in life. It knows what you need to have put into your life and it also knows what you don't. So, when we look at it, you have to be careful what you ask for because all good things are worth waiting for. Solar return, higher ascension. Okay, this is like clearing and purging of the energy. This is positive protective energy. This is the balance between the light and the dark. Okay, that the opinions of others are only the depictions of our judgments of ourself. When we go outside and we say, okay, I see this person, this person, and we judge, and we don't even know them, we're really talking about how we feel about ourselves. It's reflection, it's mirroring, right? Now, this is what is understanding that, oh, this is just perspective. That this is what you see, thus how you judged about yourself, really. When realistically, you don't even need to give an opinion on others because you don't know others. All you can do is observe the actions, words, and thoughts of others. That is not allowing yourself to stay in a low vibration, but to think of everything that can go right, to understand your vibration, okay? To understand others' vibrations and to understand with your own vibration. Because we all have our own different types of vibration. You can't control others' vibration. You can only keep yours very high, and it's almost like it'll attract high vibration back to you by staying in high vibration, right? Now, this is also independent energy. This is the consciousness to make better decisions, equal give and take, equality, meaning taste, action, and perspective. To contain an identity in a box is a dishonor to life itself. This is something I wrote. And I felt like it really resonated because I say we cannot put identities in a box. We cannot say that this, this person is one way, I'm this way, this is this way. No. You can't. You can't. And the opinions of others are really none of your business in some way, some form. Because we all have our own opinion. For real. The energy is like food, okay? Energy can be experienced, people, emotion, a sense of abundance, stability, shelter, sense of. So what type of food are you giving to yourself and why? We need to understand that death is the goal, okay? Our crown. Ego, consciousness, the physical death is an escape, okay? Way of life, constantly accepting new concepts and purging ideas and opinions that don't serve you. Perspective, okay, to rush out. It's not to rush out and be killed, hell no. Okay, it's to preserve life. It's to experience that there will be death of old dimensions and views and to protect life by allowing evolutionary change, okay, by truly going on that journey and receiving the abundance we are all meant to through our own journeys. And that life is precious. Perfect death is a death at the right moment, at the right time, because that perfect death is the gateway to real existence, right? If you ever think about it, you're like, oh my God, when I die one day, I need to look this way. I need these people surrounding me. I need to be set up here. Everything got to be, there's got to be like there got to be singers in the background, whatever you want, okay? You believe your death must be perfect or heroic or mean something. Leave a mark on this world. When you can make a mark on this world right now, you don't have to wait till death. The perfect death is living in the moment right now because you can die at any moment, anytime. Anything can happen, right? The perfect death is living in the now. because you can truly die at any moment, any time. And by understanding and accepting that, you're able to take risks because you know, oh, life is too motherfucking short. You say that to you say, it's too short, right? It's too short to not live in the now because death can happen at any time. And if you're living in the now, anytime you die will be perfect. I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but you will always have a perfect death if you live in the now because you're living in your purpose, you're living in your happiness, right? What we see as existence is fundamentally mistaken. What we see and perceive and taste and touch and hear is all filtered by subjective elements in our psyche. We do not see reality. Okay, we believe we are capable of changing our reality. We are capable of changing our own reality. And that the perfect death is we gain perception of what is actually real. Death is real. It will come one day. So how are you going to live life right now and why? Is the moment you're living right now, if you died right now, would you be proud of it? Will you have been able to say you left something behind that mattered, or you're doing something that matters, or you got something, right? You got a mark on this world that helps somebody in a kind way, or you did something very kind. You have to be able to say those things when you know you want to have a perfect death one day. The perfect death is by living life now, knowing that death can come at any time and accepting that for what it is. Not as we would like to have it believe that it'll come one day, there'll always be more time. No, you don't know that. You do not know that. You don't know if there's another time. That's not realistic. Things change every single moment. If you don't change with them, they'll change without you. That's the reality of the world. And that preparing for death every day by living and experiencing life every day. The science of training for death, essentially. That's really what it is. The process of dying that initiates new levels of birth. Okay, that there's nothing wrong with dying because it means you're going to be reborn or you're going to go wherever you may believe. But realistically, that energy, that don't just float nowhere. It floats somewhere. The energy you will leave behind will float somewhere. What type of energy you trying to leave behind? I said I want it to be as high vibrational, as big, as Leo as it can get. I said that's really what I want it to be. And I'm going to be honest about it. I said I want it to be big. I want it to heal. I want it to help. I want it to be kind. I said I don't care about the risk. I don't care about the way it may be perceived. I want to help heal. That's what I said I wanted to do. The trajectory of our existence is thereby altered upwards into higher forms of life. The perception of the heart. Even as we look at the galactic ancestors transferred their light bodies and consciousness from eons ago via the Merkaba to this plane of existence, the naked eye being the single star. A lot of us thought, oh, this one star, this one little thing is just all it is, when really it's a trinary star system consisting of blue main sequence special type stars. You got the Sirius A being the bright star, Sirius B being the special type DA2 star, and Sirius C being the red dwarf spectral type K. You got the Dogon tribe, which is the alignment as a precursor to the imminent transition, new cycle of time. Mastering time, I'm not just talking about this. We are mastering our own time by living in the now, knowing we have control of every second. Do you know how much control that is? How much power you have, that you're in control of every second? Really think of that. And how are you using it? Are you wasting away your time? Or are you taking each second and saying, oh, I got to be able to do this, I got to be able to do that, I got to be able to do this, in the awakening, in the quickening, in this mental just fucking DNA activation. I was able to see we are in control of every single second. How are we using it? And why? I was like, how am I about to use every second, every day? I walked through the Lion's Gate. I said when the constellation of Leo aligns with this pyramid complex of Gaia. It's that the ancient Egypt, goddess Isis, one of the oldest ancient wonders of the world, Giza, that's the pyramid essentially. And the queen was the head of the Sphinx. The queen. All right, the head of the Sphinx is the queen, LG100. This is also bee, vulture, birds, communication. Yeah, this is remaining kind and positive, essentially. Things, if you've been seeing those, or you've been seeing grasshoppers, yeah. Basically embracing our own light and seeing others' energy for what it is. acting accordingly in your own vibration and direction. Because ascension is living at a higher vibration and knowing it's okay that if you don't believe in the same things as everyone else, it's the belief that you can still accept others for who they are. We have control over ourselves, our body, our seconds, our moments, our life, our moments of time. How do we create a new cycle of time? By accepting time for what it is that is in our control every second, every moment of the day. Realistically. Having true accountability. That pain is physical. Oh, and I've been seeing squirrels. Like squirrel. What the fuck is up with the spirit animal of the squirrel? But that has been popping up like crazy. But pain is physical. Suffering is mental. Beyond the mind, there is no suffering. Pain is the essential for the survival of the body, but none compels you to suffer. Suffering is due entirely to clinging or resisting. It is a sign of our unwillingness to move on or to flow with life. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. You have to learn through life, through the interaction with others and the connection with yourself. Because it's the journey to enlightenment, the anomaly, okay, to not blend but advance with unconditional love and positivity. This is changing the dynamic. This is saying that this is a journey to enlightenment. And this path isn't always straight or perfect or even in the right direction sometimes that most people would assume. But our paths to awakening are filled with missteps and lessons to learn and suffering. It is true. It is very true that we go through this crazy ass, and it's basically walking in the light of Christ. But this particular symbol here just represents this idea that, it's topsy-turvy. It's topsy-turvy to change a dynamic, okay? We create our past when we see our truth and we use the knowledge for enlightenment and we use it as wisdom. Because this is transmutation. The modern man strives to explain man's existence with rational and logical thought. That particular quote is from The Secret of Solomon's Temple. It's actually disregarding our ancestral diligence, what was recorded in their discoveries, what do they know regarding our own existence and our life after death, okay? The true and ultimate evolution of our own consciousness, that is intuition and talking to spirit. That is understanding. We need to listen to our guides. I'd be terrified if I don't listen to my guides because they will let me know, okay? They will let you know. And it could be like the worst thing. You're like, okay, I understand. I listened. I learned. And you know how to act accordingly because you don't want to piss off spirit. Okay, you really don't want to piss off spirit. Okay, what is transmutation? Transmutation as a noun. This is the etymology of it because it don't go off like the regular definitions. I go off the etymology. I gotta go to the root of everything, of every word. 12C late Latin with transmutation, which is a change from one condition to another. Trans, across, beyond, thoroughly, mature, to change, kai, root, may, to change, go, move. Okay, late 14C, Old French, transmutation, transformation, change, metamorphosis. This is the sacred serpent energy, which sleeps rolled up at the base of your spine with sacred bones. Okay, resides and awakens when it is stimulated. It rises, releasing the sacred fire that does not burn, but transmutes and elevates the human spirit through high peaks of spirituality. Because with the encounter in the middle chamber, the cardiac plexus, with the energy that descends from the other, is a combustion and transformation into light and Holy Spirit. Okay, this is why it's so important to talk about these chakras and really center on them, because when you focus on these chakras, you can change your life. All right. Now, this is Axis Mundi. This is the Latin sacred space, the world center and the connection between heaven and earth. I've been walking on heaven and I've been walking in earth. I've been doing both. I've been seen behind the veil. I've been talking to the ancestors, and we're all fully capable of, talking to our ancestors or praying to whatever you pray towards. That is still connecting to spirit. That's still connecting to something light, positive, and beautiful. So keep that up. If you do have some belief in anything, keep that belief up if it is serving your higher self and, helping others as well as yourself. Now, by the way of the Axis Mundi that we can pass from the earthly realm into the spiritual realm. I've been in the spiritual realm, y'all, and it crack. Okay, just talking to them is insane. I got a lot of different messages, a lot of spiritual downloads, a lot of crown chakra, third eye is just open. It also helps you make smarter decisions and have empathy for others. And you just are able to live in a much more positive and high vibration when you know the things that, you know, a lot of people like to hide behind their mask, but spirit will tell you regardless. Rather you even want to know it or not, spirit will tell you. So this is the cosmic center, which lies within everyone and exists everywhere at once, okay? The beauty of nature is hidden within the soul of the cosmos, as all creation starts within the landscape of the universal spirit. As we absorb the vastness of the natural beauty within the outer world, we can store these memories and recode our DNA within our inner world through these experiences of exploring our roots. That's why it's important to be rooted, you guys. The key to life is nature. Go out into nature, breathe in some beautiful air, pick a flower, okay? All the answers within the seat of the soul. Our Akashic records are infinite as the universe itself, allowing us to connect to our inner multi-dimensional system. We got a lot of different systems going up in here. You're basically a galaxy, and you got a sun at each planet. You got a sun at each chakra. They all matter, and they're all connected to something. That's why I'm always able to identify which chakras or where you're suffering the most with these planets, because I know which planet is connected to which body part or which particular section of your body, which is a lot of fun to identify for me personally as a bio student and a holistic nutrition student. Okay, I like doing this as well as being an astrology nerd. Identifying with the spirit of the earth and the elements of physicality itself to truly learn who we are and our spiritual path. Still mind. Being our inner world vibrates, revealing the infinite beauty of the life force into the fifth dimensional physicality through the transformation into our imagination. So taking the fifth dimensional and saying, this is how I'm going to live it through my reality, right? Through my own imagination, transforming your reality with your imagination. Yeah. So this is trusting your intuition and seeing that there's growth through the tree of knowledge, thus the tree of life. Okay? And that interference is truly divine intervention, okay? To put down during this time the burden of satisfying others. World equals harvest, and understanding that it doesn't matter who you are because you can make a difference. A vision without action is a daydream, and an action without a vision is a nightmare. Believing in our own hallucinations is called insanity. Believing someone else's hallucinations is called religion. Therefore, believe in yourself, because I would rather die for the truth. Just like anybody else should, that the judgment is projection of one's own insecurities or fears of self. I've learned not to take anything personal from anyone who doesn't know me personally. Just like we should all do that. Just look at things like that. I live a very hard life, so it's just easier to do that. Know that anything you say after I am, you become. Because words cast powerful spells, which is why it's called spelling. You should remember that good girls go to heaven and bad girls go everywhere. So it's litty, right? I mean, I hope you guys enjoy this message. I really do. Dog and Trump is the alignment as the precursor to the eminent transition. Hopefully you guys can see the symbol. Yeah, so I'm really happy I've begun to master seeing behind the veil and balancing the yin and yang. Oh, and a lot of you guys asked, my abilities were picked up from ancestors. Hi babies, I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful that, they trust me with these abilities. Because it's a lot. It really is a lot of energy. Beliefs, religions, opinions, and laws are all connected to all having the same fundamental belief, but what you believe is what you manifest. What are you creating or believing? Acquiring knowledge and power to help others. This is to contract spirit in ourselves and stand in our own power. Soul is perceiver. Small idea, small force. Big ideas, big force from spirit. Whatever you get behind, it's going to get behind it with you. For real. It'll try to give you what you need and not just what you want. Okay, man cannot be understood through just physical life, but man carries power. Right? But when it's misused, it's selfish purpose. If the desire is unselfish, noble, universal, then the force will be the same. Everyone has the same elements. It is how you use it. That is the same as how one drop in the ocean still makes a difference. Even though it's one drop, it may not have the same elements as the rest of the ocean because it comes together as a collective, thus having force, thus having water in an ocean. And you know what? Being something to be reckoned with. So body and mind. Creature instead of creator. Everyone has the same elements. It's just how you use it in nature's divinity and spirit, the highest within ourselves and others. Knowledge of self is truly knowing the knowledge of others. Yeah, and that we should live in peace with 1, open mind, 2, pure heart, 3, eager intellect, and 4, unveiled spiritual perception through hope. Okay, to channel the spirit and source within, immortal, all actions come from. Who is the constructor? All the beings in itself produced. Spiritual beings working through and with each other. There's nothing higher than the truth. There should always be compassion in action. Okay, change your energy, change your experience, change everything from knowledge into wisdom. Practice agape, which is love, unconditional, and balance, accepting yourself for who you are. You are supplied today and for all your tomorrows. Empowerment is self-improvement. And remember to say that peace is the price. Life can be a dream. Life can be a dream. You can always turn pain into beauty. So, hopefully you guys like this video. This is swimming suit.